Good morning, students. I hope you all are doing very well. So today, in continuation with our geography series, we are going to start with chapter number 7 of class 6 geography, which is titled as Our Country, India. Now we all know that our country, our beautiful country, is diversified. Okay, we have diversity in the way people live, in the way geographical boundaries are there. So we are going to concentrate and focus on the different geographical features. Right, so we have a vast expanse, we have lofty Himalayas, we have seas, we have oceans, and coming to the south of India, we have the peninsular area. Now, what is a peninsular area? Peninsula, you must have read in your previous classes that it is a piece of land which is surrounded by water on all three sides. So, like this is our peninsular India, which is majorly of south of India. So, we have land here and three water bodies on three sides. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. So on one side we have Arabian Sea, we have Indian Ocean over here, Indian Ocean, then we have Bay of Bengal. Now for you to understand is that peninsula means, okay, we will have water bodies on three sides, but this last part which is the land will have extension of land further. Like this, if you see in this picture, this is a peninsular region. We have water bodies on three sides, 1, 2 and 3. But this side is connected with land ahead. So that is what is a peninsula. So this is the correct definition, that a body or piece of land which is enclosed from three sides by water, jutting out from a larger body of land. Now we'll see over here in this picture, it shows different geographical features of our country. We have Himalayas, we have Northern Plains, we have Indian Desert, Deccan Plateau, Western Ghats, Eastern Ghats, and then we have the group of islands here. So we are going to do all of them one by one in this chapter. So India's area is huge and large. It is 3.28 million square kilometer. The north to south extent from your Kashmir to Kanyakumari is 3200 kilometer. And from your over here, from your east Arunachal Pradesh to your Kutch, which is your desert area here, this extent is about 2900 kilometers. So it is so diversified and huge. Now we have Himalayas here, we have desert, we have plains. All of this gives and present a huge diversity of landforms. You name the landform and we have that present in our country. So there's a large variety of climate change, vegetation change, wildlife change, as well as, because there's so diversity in the geographical feature which impacts the language and culture and the way people are living, that also gets impacted. So coming to the population, our country India is the second most populous country of the world after China. But with the way we are, with the way the country's population is growing, we are going to cross China, because if you see the current population of China on this date was this. Okay, and this this figure which I am sharing with you is based on the worldometer elaboration of US data. Okay, so as on 18th January it was this, but if you see last year in mid of year it was this. So you can see within a span of 6 months it has increased so drastically. So obviously if this remains the speed of the increasing population in our country, we are going to cross China, which is a state of worry. You know that because of the increased population, if they are not skilled, if the population is not skilled, if the population is not educated, then the country has to face very many challenges in terms of its resources also, right? Let's come to the locational setting of our country. So the Tropic of Cancer, we have done it in previous chapters also. The Tropic of Cancer passes through the midway, almost halfway of throughout the country, which is, and the degree for Tropic of Cancer remains 23 degree and 30 minutes north. Now from south to the north, the mainland of India extends between 8 degree to 4 degree north to 37 degree 36 minute north. So these are your latitudinal extents. Now Okay, when we talk about geographical setting in the world, we divide the world into northern and southern hemisphere. But if there is a question, if we say that, okay, if we were to divide the world into eastern and western hemisphere, so which hemisphere would our country would belong to? So obviously the answer is simple. What like direction are we mentioning here? Over here and over here, both the sides in the longitudinal extent we are mentioning east direction. So obviously if the world was to be divided into eastern and western hemisphere, our country would fall into eastern hemisphere because it is clearly written. It is. Now we will begin with the longitudinal extent. So what is the longitudinal extent for our country? It is 29 degree. Now how do we get this term? Because we have done, this is the longitudinal extent from Gujarat to Andhra Pradesh. So if we subtract this is the number that we get. So you don't have to memorize it. I mean, there's an understanding how come this number is coming. Now when we are moving from say A to B, there's a place A and there's a place called B. Now if we are moving from A to B, so we will have so many longitudes in between. So the difference between two longitudes, okay, this is place A, this is place B, so there are number of longitudes, okay, and this we have done earlier. So there is a difference, these two are longitudes to consider an example. So the difference between the two longitudes is of 1 degree, okay, and this 1 degree is equal to 4 minutes, okay. So the places which are located in the east direction, if this is your east and if this is your west, so obviously the places which are located in east direction will be moving ahead in time than in the western hemisphere. Why? Because sun rises in the east, okay. So if you see our country also, there is a huge, like from your Gujarat here to Arunachal Pradesh here, there is a huge gap, right? Huge longitudinal gap, huge kilometers gap that we have seen. They are very far off, okay. So there is a difference of 2 hours. How much is the difference? 2 hours, okay. So this 2 hours difference is calculated. How do we calculate it? That also I'll tell you. This will calculate using this, okay. So now suppose if there is a difference for every, like here this is one more longitude, one more longitude, one more longitude. So we, like this, we have around 29 longitudes between the two. So the person who is staying here, here, suppose there are so many people staying on each longitude. So the one who is staying here will have another watch here, another watch here, another watch here, another watch here, another watch. So they'll have all different watches? No. So, but we need to have one standard time, so that otherwise, because if this will happen that everybody is having different watches on all the longitudes, then we cannot run airplanes. How would the flight fly? How would we function in terms of railway network? So we need to have one standard time, which for our country is this. Okay, this is 82 degree 30 minutes east, which has been taken as Indian Standard Time. This longitude passes through Mirzapur in Uttar Pradesh. This also we have done in the previous chapter. Okay, but there are countries like your USA, Canada and Russia which stretch extensively from east to west, this span. Okay, so they don't have single standard time like India, but in India there had been a discussion to have different time zones, but still we are sticking on to this single time zone only. Now to understand that why, if the sun is rising, see, sun would rise in east direction. If we say this would be your west and this would be your east. Okay, so sun would rise over here first. So if the sun is rising here, this part is still experiencing dark, okay, darkness, the night you can say. So this stretch is quite long. The extent from west to east is quite long. There are so many longitudes in between. So there is a question that comes that why, if the sun is rising here, we still experience night here, because obviously Arunachal Pradesh being in the east direction will see the presence of sunrise here first, and then because Earth will rotate like this from west to east, then this area will come, this all will come later, because Earth will move like this, from west to east. In this direction it will move. Okay. Now there is a difference between two longitudes. There is a difference of 1 degree or 4 minutes, okay, between two consecutive longitudes. Now if you see, there are 29 longitudes from your west to east part of India. So if you multiply 29 into 4, that will come 116 minutes. That is equal to your almost 2 hours. So that is how we calculate the difference of 2 hours using this. Okay. Now as a result, this is the reason that how do we get it. Okay. It is actually because the earth will move like this and the sun rises in the east. Now we have very many neighboring countries with us, with whom we share good relationships. So there are 7 main countries where we we share the land boundaries. Okay. So they are arranged in alphabetical orders here. So this is Afghanistan, then Bangladesh, then Bhutan, then China, then Myanmar, the old name is Burma, then we have Nepal, and then Pakistan. Okay. So over here, for all the neighboring countries, their flags, respective flags are also mentioned. So you can go through the flags to have better understanding of it. Okay. Now of all the countries which are here, there are 3 neighboring countries with our country which are landlocked. Landlocked means they are landlocked. They do not have any access to any sea or ocean, and the 3 countries are Afghanistan, Nepal, and Bhutan. They are not connected to any water body. These 3. Okay. Afghanistan, Nepal, and Bhutan. Okay. And your Sri Lanka and Maldives, they are the neighboring island countries in the south. Okay. Your Maldives comes here. This is Sri Lanka, and this is over here is Maldives. Okay. And this also we have done that Sri Lanka is separated by Park Strait from India. Okay. There is a strait here that is connecting, that is separating 2 land bodies. Okay. This particular strait. So we name it as Park Strait. Now there are political and administrative division. India is a vast country, and for it to function, we have divided our country for its effective administration and functioning. We have divided our country into 28 states and 8 union territories. Telangana became the 29th state of India on 2nd June 2014. Okay. But it was there, but now one state, this was a state which has been disintegrated into 2 UTs. So now we have 28 state only. It is not 29th state. Okay. So this we are using because that time it was 29th. That time when it came into being. Okay. So it was previously a part of Andhra Pradesh. Delhi is national capital. The states have been formed mainly on the basis of languages. This is very, very important. This remains the base of division of making the of the formation of states in our country, that is the language. Okay. Now this particular slide shows you all the 28 states, and these are the 8 UTs. Okay. Now earlier we used to have Dadar and Nagar Haveli and Daman and Diu as separate 2, but now last year they have been clubbed into 1 due to administrative expenses. Thanks for watching. Please do like, share and subscribe. Thank you so much, and do watch it again for better understanding. Take care of yourself. Thank you.